preparing for the practice by sitting with the legs crossed, head, neck and spine upright, shoulders and arms relaxed, hands on the knees in either Chin Mudra, which is when you have the palms upward, or Gyan Mudra with the palms down. And then gently close the eyes. And take a moment to become aware of your surroundings. The space around you, the contact between the body and the floor. And then take the awareness to the breath. Aware of each in-breath and each out-breath. And take a few deeper breaths in and out now. And we'll prepare to start the class by chanting the mantra Om 3 times. So now take the awareness from the breath to the eyebrow center and visualize here a bright point of light or a candle flame. And keeping the awareness on that point of light, breathe in deeply. So for this practice, we're going to do some simple movements that focus on balancing and grounding. This is to strengthen the nervous system, on opening up the chest to free up the breath, tensing and relaxing muscles, that's to achieve deeper relaxation. And then some stretching, bending and twisting of the spine for the fundamental healing of the nervous system and for emotional release. So to start the practice, you can now come into Shavasana, lying down on your back with the head, neck and spine in one line. And for this practice, you can actually keep the knees bent, bringing the feet flat against the floor so that you can feel the ground against your soles. This is very grounding. And then bring the right hand onto the abdomen and the left hand onto the chest. And become aware of the breath. First, the breath in the abdomen. As you breathe in, the hand rises, the belly rises. As you breathe out, the hand comes down. And keep the awareness in the abdomen. The chest is still at this point. There's no movement in the chest or shoulders. Just focusing on the breath in the abdomen. As you breathe in, imagine filling up a balloon. And as you breathe out, emptying the balloon. And take 2 more breaths in and out through the abdomen. And when you've completed those breaths, shift the awareness up to the chest now. And as you breathe with the focus on the chest, notice the difference. This breath is less free, more constrained, and it's not a practice that is recommended, but it's just a preparation for the next practice where we'll do the complete breath. So now the abdomen is still and the movement of the breath is in the chest. Breathe in and the chest expands, and as you breathe out, take the awareness back to the center of the chest. And take 3 more rounds of breath like this, with awareness in the chest. Aware of each in-breath and each out-breath. And then releasing the chest breath, and now starting to breathe in completely, with full yogic breathing. So you breathe in, fill up the abdomen, continue to breathe in and fill up the chest. And then when you breathe out, empty the chest, empty the abdomen. Wave-like movements. As you breathe in, fill up the abdomen, breathe in, fill up the chest, and empty the chest, empty the abdomen. Continue like this for 5 more rounds. Complete, natural breath, filling up the whole cavity of the upper body. And if your mind wanders as you're doing this practice, gently bring it back to awareness of the breath. And after you've completed 5 rounds of full yogic breathing, you can let go of this practice and start breathing in the stepped breath, where you breathe in a little bit, stop, breathe in a bit more, stop, breathe in, fill up a bit more, stop, breathe in a bit more, stop, breathe in, stop, and then breathe out smoothly, as if you're going up a set of stairs and then sliding down. Breathe in, stop, breathe in, stop, breathe in, breathe in, in, and breathe out, slowly and smoothly. Continue for 2 or 3 more rounds in your own time. All the time aware of the practice, aware of the breath, and of counting the steps as you breathe in, and then breathing out smoothly and slowly. And now we'll practice in the opposite direction. So this time you take a breath in, a smooth, long breath in, and then breathe out a little, breathe out a little more, breathe out, stop, breathe out, stop, breathe out, stop, and breathe in smoothly and slowly. Breathe out, stop, breathe out, stop, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and then continue for 2-3 more rounds. All the time aware of the breath and maintaining the awareness on the practice. If the mind wanders, gently bring it back. And when you've completed those rounds, you can let go of this stepped breath. And then return to the natural breath. You can bring the arms down. Maintain awareness on the breath as it is right now, without changing anything, simply observing the breath as it is right now. And each time you breathe in strength, vitality, health. And as you breathe out, Be aware of breathing out any negativity, any tensions, any anxiety. Breathing in, filling yourself up with strength, health, vitality. And breathing out tensions, negativity. And as you do this, you can visualize light streaming in as you breathe in, filling up the whole body, and breathing out anything that you don't need anymore. Breathing in, filling yourself up with light, and see the light growing and filling up the whole room. And again, breathing out, letting go of anything unnecessary. Continue to visualize the light for a few more rounds of breath. Maintain awareness on the breath, on the sensation or image of the light. And then slowly you can let go of the practice. Now we'll start the asana practices, the physical postures. So for the next posture, for the first posture, you can roll over, come onto the stomach. Bring the chin to the floor, the arms by the sides of the body, and then interlocking the hands at the top of the lower back. And from here, for Sakrasana, for the snake pose, you'll raise the head, the chest, the upper body, and the arms stretch out. And hold the position for a moment, and then when you need to, breathe out, come back down. Again, preparing to come up, breathing in. Breathing out, down. Take a breath in between. Again, breathing in, coming up and holding. And breathing out, down. 2 more rounds. For these last 2 rounds, see if you can hold a little bit longer. So as you come up, you hold the position and hold the breath. And breathing out, release. Take a few breaths in between. And then the final round, again, staying up and holding for a little bit longer. Breathing in, coming up. Hold the position, hold the breath. And then breathe out, release. Release the arms, turn the head to one side, so one cheek on the floor. And feel the abdomen against the floor. As you breathe in, the abdomen presses against the floor. As you breathe out, the abdomen releases. Be aware of that contact between the abdomen and the floor. And aware of each breath in, each breath out. Take 3 more rounds of breath here, allowing the breathing to return to normal. And the next practice will be Shalabhasana or the locust pose. For this, bring the chin to the floor, turn the palms down. You can bring them underneath the thighs. And we'll start by bringing up one leg at a time. So breathing in, right leg up. And breathing out, down. Again, breathing in, bring the left leg up. And breathing out, down. Breathing in, right leg up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, left side. And breathing out. Continue 3 more rounds on each side. Aware of the movement, aware of the muscles that are being used in the movement. Aware of the synchronization of the movement with the breath. Feeling as if the breath is what's moving the body. As you breathe in, the leg rises of its own. And breathing out, it turns down. And then let go of this movement. Take a few breaths in between. And then prepare to bring both legs up. Breathing in, holding the position for a moment. And breathing out, down. 2 more rounds. Breathing in, hold. And breathing out, down. And for the final round, see if you can hold a little longer. Breathing in, coming up, holding the position, holding the breath. And breathing out. And let go of all effort. Bring the arms to the sides. Again, turn the cheek on the floor. Or you can support the cheek also with the hands. Make a pillow with the hands. And once again, aware of the abdomen against the floor. Abdomen pressing against the floor as you breathe in. Relaxing as you breathe out. Final practice from this position, from lying on the stomach, will be Dhanurasana, or the bow pose. For this, bring the arms down by the sides of the body once more. Bend the knees with the feet up towards the ceiling. Take hold of the ankles with the hands. And then breathing in, we'll be bringing up the head, the shoulders, the arms. And hold. And breathing out. And you can let go of the hands and the legs. Practice 2 more rounds, holding for a little bit longer. Again, breathing in and then holding the breath in, holding the position. Feel the arch in the back. Feel the chest opening up. And then breathing out, down, releasing the position. Taking a few breaths in between. And then prepare to practice one final round. Breathing in when you're ready and coming up. Hold the position. Aware of the physical practice, the arms, the chest, spine, and aware also of any mental reaction you have to this practice. And then breathing out, releasing. Again, turn one cheek onto the floor. Feeling the abdomen against the floor. And count 5 rounds of breath like this. Feeling the abdomen pressing against the floor with each in-breath and releasing with each out-breath. And then slowly, you can prepare to come up into standing. Begin by bringing the feet together. And close the eyes for a moment to feel the feet against the floor. Feeling equal weight between the right foot and the left foot. Moving the awareness up towards the area of the hips. And noticing if there's any swaying in the hips, any movement. And see if you can try to bring it to a standstill. And then shift the awareness up along the spine, the shoulders and arms. Making sure that the arms and shoulders are relaxed. The head is poised right at the top of the spine, the chin tucked down a little bit so that the back of the neck can lengthen. And then opening the eyes, fix the gaze on a point in front, either on the floor ahead of you or on the wall in front. Interlock the hands in front of the body. Turn the palms downward. Then breathing in, stretch the arms up over the head. Breathing out, bend the elbows and bring the hands on top of the head. And from here you'll be stretching the arms up at the same time as coming up onto the toes. Breathing in, coming up. And breathing out, down. Synchronizing the movement. Breathing in, breathing out. In, coming up, breathing out, and slow down a little. Breathing in, hold. Breathing out slowly. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. And one more time, this time staying up for 5 rounds of breath. Hold the position. And breathe naturally. Awareness on the body and on the breath, and then release the arms, release the hands, close the eyes to become aware of the effects of the practice. Noticing how your balance is today. Change from one day to the next, from one moment to the next. The aim is not a perfect pose, the aim is to become aware of how the body is, how the mind is, how the breath is right now. And then preparing for a spinal twist, Kati Chakrasana. For this you'll bring the arms to shoulder level, to the sides, to the horizontal. Bring the right hand to the left shoulder, wrap the left arm around the back of the body, and then turn the head to look over the right shoulder, the left shoulder, Same shoulder that the hand is pressing against. Then breathing in, coming to the starting position with the arms to the sides. Breathing out, left hand to right shoulder. And again, looking over the shoulder. Breathing into the center. Breathing out, twisting to the other side. Breathing into the center. Breathing out, twisting. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And now let go of the awareness of the breath and like a rag doll, flopping around but continuing to make the full movement with the hand coming up to the shoulder. The hand comes all the way up to the shoulder and feel the twist in the waist. You can bend the knees a little bit to make sure that you're not twisting from the knees or from the hips. The twist is from the waist. And then letting go of the movement slowly, allowing the hands to flop around the sides. And then for a moment, close the eyes once more. Aware of the effects of this practice on the waist, on the shoulders and arms, on the breath. Observe the breath as it returns to normal. And then for the next practice, you can bring the feet a little bit closer together. Cross the wrists in front. And breathing in, bring the arms up over the head with the wrists crossed. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe out, open the arms wide with the palms up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, cross the wrists again the opposite way. Breathe out, arms down. Again, breathing in, arms up over the head, looking to the ceiling. Breathe out, open wide. Breathing in, crossing the wrists. And breathing out, arms down. And each time you cross the wrists, cross them the other way. So if the right hand is on top, then move the left hand on top. So breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. Breathing in, cross the wrists. Breathing out. And now slow down the breath, synchronizing the movement with the breath and slowing down the breath. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And continue one more round, slowly, counting for yourself. All the time aware of the practice, the physical effort, the breath, the synchronization of the breath with the movement. And once you've completed, you can release the arms, close the eyes for a moment. Observing the effects of this practice. The next practice is Asana, the double angle pose. And for this, you'll bring the feet close together. Interlock the fingers behind the back. Breathing out, bring the upper body to the horizontal, so bend forward to the horizontal. Breathe in, bring the arms up. Feel the effort in the shoulders, the stretch. Breathing out, bring the hands back on the lower back. And breathing in, bringing the upper body up. Again, breathing out, forward. Breathing in, bring the arms up over. Breathing arms back down. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, forward. Breathing in, arms up over the head. Breathing out, down. And breathing in, bringing the upper body up. For the final 2 rounds, you can come down a little bit further if it's comfortable. You can come lower than the horizontal, so bringing the head towards the knees. Breathing out, bending forward. Breathing in, bring the arms up, and feel the stretch in the shoulder blades and shoulders. Breathing out, bring the hands back down to the lower back. Breathing in, bringing the upper body up. Take a few breaths in between. And then prepare to practice one more time. Again, coming down as far as is comfortable, bringing the head towards the knees, and then bringing the arms up and feeling the stretch in the shoulder blades and shoulders. And then breathing out, coming back up, breathing in all the way up. Release the arms. Close the eyes, feel the effects of the practice. Noticing any effects in the chest, in the shoulders, shoulder blades, in the abdominal area, legs. The final practice from standing is Trikonasana, the triangle pose. For this you can separate the feet wide apart, almost 1 meter apart. Bring the arms up to shoulder level, to the sides. Turn the right foot outwards. Bend the right knee just a little. And then, bending from the waist, bring the right hand towards the right foot. Looking up at the left hand. Breathing in, coming up. Turn the right foot back, turn the left foot out. Bend the left knee. Breathing out, left hand to the left foot. Looking up to the right hand. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. Bending to the right side. Breathing into the center. Breathing out to the left. Breathing into the center. And one last round to both sides. Aware of the stretch along the side of the body. Aware of the effort that it takes to maintain the balance. And then when you've completed, you can bring the arms down, bring the feet together, and sit down in Vajrasana on the knees. And actually turn to face the front of your mat. Place the hands on the knees. Close the eyes for a moment. Aware of the cumulative effects of the practices up to this point. Scanning through the body. Aware of the legs, the arms, chest. Aware of the breath, slowing down, returning to normal. This is a very good pose for digestion, which also can be affected by stress and anxiety. So this is a good pose to sit in after any meal. And then for the next practice, you can come onto the hands and knees, making sure that there's a 90-degree angle where the hands are directly beneath the shoulders, the knees are directly beneath the hips, and the back is flat. So this is a starting position. And from here we'll do a balancing practice where you bring up the right arm at the same time as bringing up the left leg. Breathing out, return the hands and the leg down. Breathing in, left arm, right leg. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, right arm, left leg. Hold. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, left arm, right leg. Hold. Breathing out, down. And once more to each side. Breathing in, hold. Breathing out. And one final movement with the left arm and right leg. Hold. And breathing out, down. And you can bring the buttocks onto the heels. Again, bring the hands onto the knees. And take a few breaths in between practices. The next practice will be Ustrasana, or the camel pose, and we'll do the half camel at first. So you can stand up on the knees, tuck the toes under, and bring the right hand to the right heel, raising the left arm up, the gaze at the tip of the fingers of the left hand, and breathing in, coming up, releasing the hands, arms. Breathing out, left hand to left heel, gazing up at the fingers of the right hand. Bring the hips forward. And breathing in, coming up. Once again, right hand to right heel, breathing out as you bend back. Look up to the fingertips of the left hand. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, left hand to left heel. Looking up at the fingertips of the right hand. Breathing in, coming up. And once more on each side. Make sure that the hips come as far forward as you can. You can bring them. Feel the arch in the back. And then for the final practice, you can bring the right hand to the right heel, bring the left hand to the left heel, and this is the full camel pose. And if it's comfortable, you can let the chin come up, the head back. Be careful with the neck. And then breathing in, releasing first one hand to the side, and then the other. And then sit down back on the heels for the final practice of Shashankasana, or the child's pose. Bending forward, bring the forehead to the ground if it's comfortable. If you need to raise if the forehead doesn't come to the ground, you can put two fists on top of each other and rest the forehead on those fists. Make sure that the buttocks are close to the heels. And to make this position as comfortable as you can also open up the knees. So allowing the abdomen to be released between the knees. Feel the abdomen pressing against the thighs. As you breathe in, feel the contact. As you breathe out, the abdomen releases. Take 5 rounds of breath in this position. Letting go of all efforts, finding maximum comfort in the position, and aware of each in-breath and each out-breath. And once you've completed 5 rounds of breath, you can come up into sitting. Prepare to come up into sitting now with the legs crossed. And we'll complete this practice by chanting the mantra Om 3 times. Hands are on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Head, neck and spine upright. Shoulders and arms relaxed. And eyes gently closed. Taking the awareness to the eyebrow center, visualize, imagine, or sense a bright point of light or candle flame. And with awareness on the flame, take a deep breath in. Hare.